Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got our championship prediction. If you don't know, the championship is the second division of English football. We've got JJ here and we're going to go through both of our predictions. Should we get straight into it?
Absolutely.
Right, so first we've got 24th. So who's going to be bottom of the table worst? I've gone for Charlton Athletic.
Very harsh. I know someone who won't be happy with that.
Yes. And then you have gone for Lincoln City.
Yeah. Also harsh, but they're by far the smallest team in the league.
Yeah.
Lost their manager. Doesn't bode well, but I wish them good luck. I hope they stay up.
Hopefully they will, but I feel like they're too. I feel like Lincoln are a team that will probably go down.
It's a quite easy relegation to predict in terms of club size, but they've punched above their weight before.
Yeah. I feel like
Who's to say?
Okay, we'll move on to 23rd. And I've gone for Lincoln.
Yeah, similar reasoning.
I feel like them and Charlton will be quite similar.
Yeah, so touch a bit more on Charlton. Why are they bottom for you?
They're bottom for me because I feel like they didn't end last season that greatly.
That's true.
I feel like they'll have quite a big fall off.
Not convinced by the recruitment?
No, not convinced. I'm not convinced by Nathan Jones.
I think he's a decent enough manager, although I agree, I'm not sure the recruitment's been particularly strong.
They've probably had one of the worst windows. Not necessarily losing that great players, but not signing anyone significant that other clubs have.
Mm-hmm.
And you have gone for Preston North End. That's quite bold.
Yeah, so, they're typically mid-table, Preston. But I've been seeing they've had some pre-season troubles, been able to fill teams against friendlies. They've got Paul Heckingbottom, a decent manager on his day, but someone who's definitely combustible, capable of getting sacked, capable of falling out with
He's
someone.
got Premier League experience. A bit like Nathan Jones.
I wouldn't say particularly strong Premier League experience.
Yeah, but he's got a bit.
A bit of Premier League experience.
Like Nathan Jones.
I would argue Nathan Jones was probably worse.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Less time.
I think that was a better team as well at Southampton.
Yes.
But so yeah, just a few signs that things might not all be well at Deepdale, and they could very easily prove me wrong and have a solid season. But,
yeah. Now we'll move on to 22nd. I have gone for Cardiff City.
Is this a hope prediction?
No. And you've gone for Watford. I'm shocked. I don't think Watford.
So Watford have been sacking manager after manager for years, and the club's just slowly gotten worse.
I know.
They had a very underwhelming year last year with they had the whole Javi Gracia coming back and then getting angry and leaving. Without that spell, which they were quite decent, they would have looked in serious trouble. And it just feels like a very disjointed team.
Yeah.
That I could see. They're sort of my pick to do a Leicester, if you will.
Yes, I see.
A team that's in theory too big to go down, but their constant errors behind the scenes come back to bite them.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, this is around my three relegated teams were Charlton, Lincoln and Cardiff. And Jones.
So why Cardiff as well?
Oh, why Cardiff? I feel like it'll be very close with my team that's got. I've got 21st, but I feel like the team that come 21st will just have it in the end.
Okay.
And then your relegated team's probably two bolder picks, with Preston and Watford, and then Lincoln.
And the safer pick.
We'll move on to 21st, and I've gone for Bolton.
I think that's a fair prediction.
Of course, because you said that as well.
A big club, a club that you feel like they'll all be behind them to stay up. They've been knocking on the door to come up for a while, as have Lincoln, in all fairness.
Yeah.
But I think they'll just about have enough. the sort of similar mould to how Portsmouth were a couple of years ago.
Yes, I get what you mean. So I feel like they'll just about stay up.
Or even maybe Charlton last year is a decent comparison.
Yeah. Of course, for the playoffs.
Yeah.
20th, I've gone for Blackburn.
That's fair. Why Blackburn?
I feel like they haven't really convinced me at the end of last year, which I'm going on. I feel like they've not had a great couple of years, really.
No, another managerial change this summer. Tony Mowbray's back.
Yeah, and I'm not convinced by him. I feel like they'll just keep him for experience, but they'll just sit 20th. They'll be near the relegation zone. Be a bit like Charlton last year, where they were near the relegation zone, but never really were in it that much.
Yeah, not in a relegation battle necessarily.
Yeah, but maybe like
That's
drawn into it and at the end.
There's
And-
a few teams that happens to.
And you've gone for Charlton.
Yeah, they've not signed enough to convince me that they'll really push on. But I expect Nathan Jones to be able to get the most out of a decent group of players and then push for survival again.
Some managers need the players to work with. Some managers just need a team. So like Nathan Jones is sort of a team to work with. But of course any manager would work better with better players. But I feel like what he's done at Charlton has been quite good.
Yeah, there's been some stand-up players that you wouldn't necessarily say are super technically gifted or
Yeah.
real quality on the ball, but the style of play has worked in their favour. He's very pragmatic.
The tactics.
Yeah, and I think he'll be able to grind out results again. But I wouldn't expect a fun season necessarily.
Okay, 19th, I've gone for QPR. And you have gone for Portsmouth. I think QPR. I went to see them at the end of last year. They didn't look that convincing to me, but I feel like a bit like my Blackburn pick will be in and around the relegation zone, but never really.
Well, they've made some decent signings, QPR, but
I feel like
some decent injury-prone signings.
Yeah.
Which could work really well.
3 Reece Jameses.
Well, Tarek Lamptey, also from Chelsea.
That's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I still think they'll come. I feel like they'll have. Yes, you can sign 3 good players, but I feel like the rest of the team might let them down a bit.
Yeah, so we get to be seen if the injury-prone players will be able to stay fit. But I think they could have a great season.
They could.
I wouldn't bet the house on it, but
What about Portsmouth for you?
yeah, similar. They're not really pushing on that much, but I think their manager's decent. They have the know-how and experience now to stay up. I think they just about do. But I would be worried as a Portsmouth fan, or if I was a Portsmouth fan, about the fact that it doesn't really feel like they're fully pushing on it and stabilising.
I get what you mean. Right. 18th, I've gone for Portsmouth. So.
Pretty similar.
Yeah, and you've gone for West Brom.
Yeah, I'm not. So James Morrison's staying on as manager after doing a decent job at the end of last season, keeping them up.
Where
But
they would have gone down if it wasn't for Leicester's points deduction. To be fair, they had the points deduction as well. If it wasn't for all the points deductions, would they have stayed up? Even with...
Oh, you'd have to ask a mathematician.
Okay, let's get the mathematician out.
But I think it's the sort of appointment, he's obviously quite an experience that often doesn't work. You know, it could, and best of luck to him. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. But it doesn't strike me with confidence, and it doesn't feel like they're a team that will push on. But I think they'll stay up. They'll know when to sack the manager at the right point and get someone else in. As long as they don't try Eric Ramsey again. I think they should stay up.
Yeah, we'll get like Wayne Rooney in.
I'm not sure that's going to happen.
17th, West Brom.
West Brom. Again, pretty similar.
Yeah, West Brom, pretty similar. And you've gone for Cardiff.
Cardiff, yeah.
I'll let you talk about Cardiff here.
I think you know, this is a biased sample, but I watched them play Exeter City in person, and they were very, very good. And it feels like a team that was too strong for the league, and it's a size club that, you know, you would expect to be a championship level club and be able to push on and have a more solid season.
You sure it isn't that Exeter's really bad?
I think that was definitely partly it, but they did also look particularly strong. You know, I'm not predicting a Cardiff Renaissance or anything. No double promotions.
No.
No Ipswich Towning about, but I do think they'll step up.
16th. I've got Preston North End. And you've got Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, I think Tony Mowbray's solid enough. And yeah, they'll just have a boring season.
Yeah.
Preston probably. Quite boring for you as well, I assume.
Yeah. We'll move on.
No
not
talking about Preston.
not much to talk there. 15th, I've gone for Watford.
Watford. It's very, very possible.
And you've gone for Stoke.
Yeah, it feels like, I mean, Galbraith's a decent signing. Obviously, we know about him. I just don't. This doesn't feel like there's that much motivation to push on. It feels like Mark Robbins hasn't quite clicked there yet. Surprisingly, obviously, we know how good a manager he is.
I think he'll probably click over the season.
He definitely could do, but I've just gone for sort of similar to last year, mid-table mediocrity, or similar to every year Stoke's been in the Championship since they went down, where they come lower mid-table.
Yeah, but that's Swansea.
Swansea have had some more highs though.
Yep. 14th, I've gone for Stoke, so not that different.
Pretty similar. I'm not a fan of the Stoke badge as well, can I just say.
Yeah.
It was difficult for me to work out what team it was before I read Stoke at the top.
Then you've gone for Queen's Park Rangers.
Yeah, I just think I'm hedging my bets on how well the signings will do, but I think they looked alright, and it'll be another mid-table-y sort of season.
Yeah. 13th, I've gone for Bristol City.
Another pretty classic mid-table Championship side
Yeah.
of the last few years.
And you've gone for Sheffield United.
Yeah, I was tempted to put them a bit higher, but it doesn't feel like there's much excitement around them.
No.
Obviously we know Chris Wilder is capable of getting a team promoted, but I'm not fully convinced.
How long does Chris Wilder have to spend at Sheffield United?
I think he's stuck there for the rest of eternity. I think he's, like, tethered to
Even
the
if
club.
they get relegated, they won't. He's got them from League One to the Prem before. He can do it again.
Yeah, and it's just signing a lot of older, experienced players. Like, it can be good, but
Never
yeah,
know.
they lost Harmer as well recently,
Yeah, where did he go
which is a
to?
blow. He's gone back to Cov, which makes sense. Decent option for them. Although I wouldn't rely on him in the Prem, but yeah, I was tempted to go a little higher, but I went for mid-table mediocrity in the end.
Fair enough. I've got for 12th. I've gone for Burnley.
It's a big swing.
I think they'll have a big drop off. And you've gone for Bristol. Can I explain a bit about Burnley here?
Yeah, go for it.
I thought they'll be like Luton and Leicester, but they won't be that bad. As in, like, they won't be the relegation worthy. But I feel like they won't be pushing for relegation and won't be pushing for promotion for playoffs. They might have a glance at the playoff spots, but of course now it's 8 teams.
Yeah. It does feel like a bit of a disjointed club. There was some of the stuff around when they sacked Scott Parker. The players weren't
Happy.
particularly happy that he'd left, at least, before the end of the season. And it's just sort of, it's a bit of a hodgepodge of players. There's not that much experience in the team beyond Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
And
Is Dubravka staying?
no, Dubravka's gone to Tottenham.
Oh yeah, he did.
Sit on the bench. So
Fraser Forster.
yeah, Fraser Forster.
He'll eventually come into the team.
Probably. But yeah, I would say I also don't have Burnley doing particularly well. That's a bit of a spoiler. I mean, they're doing okay.
Yep. 11th, I've gone for Derby County,
Yeah.
and you've gone for Derby County.
There we go. Aligned on some things. I kind of wanted to put them higher because I like John Eustace, but there was just better teams above them or teams I fancied a bit more.
Yeah, look at those
Let's go
Rams
above them.
all angry.
It's a fun badge. It reminds me of the old Swansea badge.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. 10th, I've gone for Sheffield United here,
Mm-hmm. Pretty similar.
and you've gone for Birmingham.
Yeah, again, I was kind of tempted to have them higher, but I've never been that convinced by the manager. They've got money behind them, and they didn't look particularly good against Swansea either. And I can just see a bit more stagnation, a bit more frustration.
Well, they
building.
won against Swansea.
They did win against Swansea, but
The stats.
the stats don't lie. Well, I mean, they do sometimes. But
Yeah.
they weren't particularly. It didn't make me think, oh, they're gonna tear up the league.
Yeah.
Made me think, they're a decent side, but not world beaters.
Yeah, I got what you mean. 9th, I've gone for Millwall, and you've gone for Millwall.
I think it feels like Millwall missed a big chance last year.
Of course, losing to Hull.
Yes, unfortunately for them. Again, I kind of wanted to put them in the playoffs, but I couldn't quite find the space, and I just thought, last year might have taken a lot out of them as a club. It felt like it was their year, and
To finally get promoted.
and as solid as they are, there's still not that many goals in the team.
Are they the only club in the Championship never to play in the Prem?
They're not the only one.
Lincoln.
Preston never played in the Prem. Bristol City never played in the Prem.
Really?
Lincoln never played in the Prem. That might be it.
But Millwall, the sort of club you thought was playing the Prem at least once.
And I'm sure they will one day.
Yeah.
Maybe not in my lifetime. Wrexham also haven't played in the Prem,
Oh yeah.
of course.
Next,
Speaking of,
first of all, 8th. So our first playoff spot. I've gone for Birmingham,
oh yeah, scraping in.
and you've gone for Swansea.
So what are your thoughts on Birmingham first?
I feel like they'll think their chances from last year. Think they can do better. Of course, they've got the investment, and I feel like they'll be able to sneak a playoff spot. I feel like it'll be very tight between Sheffield United, maybe
Or Millwall?
Millwall, and like Burnley and whoever's 11th,
Derby.
Derby. I thought that they'll all be quite close.
Mm-hmm.
Burnley a bit maybe further away, but I thought Birmingham will just have it. What up for Swansea?
I think there were a couple of teams I could make better cases for getting in the playoffs than Swansea. I think it's looking like a transitional year.
New transfers.
What I'll be looking for as a fan is the style of play being clear, giving our new players a chance to bed in. Cam Burgess injury is not great for centre back depth.
We did sign the backup.
It's signed Welsh, but I would expect another centre back to come in.
Get Ben Davis.
Otherwise it's
Get
gonna
Ben
be-
Davis. Get Ben Davis.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I would back
Oh.
it.
He's still at
Of course.
Spurs.
He's still at Spurs.
He's got to leave sometime soon.
Well, he's probably getting paid quite well. But yeah, I wanted Swansea in the playoffs, so I put Swansea in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think Swansea will go up there. And I don't think it would necessarily be good for the club to go up so quickly. I don't think our chances of survival would be very high.
No. 7th. I've gone for Wrexham, and you've gone for Wrexham.
Well, yeah. I think they'll definitely be targeting playoffs after coming close last year and
We've got them in the same
having
place.
the spaces expanded.
Yeah.
Recruitment's been a bit not much, but I think
It-
Patterson's decent goalie.
Patterson. Now they have 3 world-class goalkeepers: Okonkwo, Patterson, and Danny Ward.
I might have to disagree and say they've got 0 world-class goalkeepers, but
Okay, good goalkeepers. They got,
they've
maybe
they
2
have
good.
3 goalkeepers. We can put it that way. We can all agree that they
And
have
now
3 goalkeepers.
Okonkwo's third choice.
Yeah, it could easily go out somewhere. I mean, I would sell Danny Ward if I had to sell one.
Yeah.
But that would also be true if I was the other option. So
Yes.
that might say more about him. But yeah, I think they'll be targeting playoffs. I don't think they quite got... I think if they'd really made a big push, recruitment-wise,
they could get promoted.
I'd be more tempted to tip them for promotion. But I think that squad's capable of playoffs.
But, of course, in the matter of weeks until the transfer window closed, they could sign 10 old Premier League players. But we
maybe Rodri's actually ready for Wales. But I would say probably not this year.
No. Then 6th, I've got Swansea,
Yeah.
and in fact, this is the team I think will go up through the playoffs. So according to the new playoff format, for me it'll be a Swansea v Wrexham one game at the Swansea.com legged
Wow.
playoff.
I mean, that's an exciting prospect to some extent, although I reject the idea that Wrexham are Swansea's main rivals.
But that'll be an interesting clash.
It would definitely be an interesting clash.
I think
I would back Wrexham to win that clash, but
Really? Even at Swansea?
well, we'd have to see. We'd have to see what the context is, but
We'll see.
I wouldn't feel confident.
And you've gone for Burnley.
Yeah,
I'm surprised considering you said how much bad things you said about Burnley.
So I think what sort of tipped me round was there's like you look at the value of the squad and you look at some of the players within that, and it is a really, really strong squad. It's a squad that should be targeting playoffs, bare minimum, if not promotion again. It's more that the feeling around the club doesn't quite feel right for that big promotion
They're
push.
turning into Norwich up, down, up, down.
Yeah, I had them a bit lower to start, but I went back on it after looking at their squad and seeing how much quality they still have. But I'm interested to see how the new manager does it. I won't dismiss him, but
Who is it?
a guy from Belgium, but I can't remember his name.
It's not Michael Jackson
It's not Michael Jackson.
or Billie Jean.
Mm,
Well, we'll move to 5th.
yeah,
I've gone for Southampton.
yeah.
And you've gone for Norwich.
Yeah, I thought Norwich ended the season pretty well. I think Philippe Clement's a pretty good boss. So, yeah, I can see a healthy sort of playoff run.
I think Southampton, they would have got pretty higher up on this list. But I feel like their points deduction will damage them a bit.
I think it will, but I think it might also galvanise the players around.
Yeah. I feel like they'll do well, but they won't do well enough to get automatic promotion. And they'll have to settle for playing Birmingham. Next 4th, I've gone for Middlesbrough, and you've gone for a Wolf.
Just the one.
Yeah, Wolves.
So, what do you think about Borough?
I think Borough, going into the season, I think they've got good things around them. Of course, they've lost their main man, Hayden. Not main man, but their best player in the Championship, Hayden Hackney, arguably last year. Did he win Player of the Season, Joseph?
Yes, you did.
They've lost Hayden Hackney, but I think they'll do very well, and they will push for those automatic spots. But I feel like they'll just slip away at the end.
I think that's fair.
What do you have to say about Wolves?
I think it's a very, very strong squad.
Yeah, I'll talk about we'll talk about Wolves.
Yeah, we can talk about Wolves in a second. We can reveal some of the rest.
3rd, I've gone for Norwich.
Oh yeah, Norwich.
And you've gone for Southampton.
Southampton. This is also who I think will win the playoffs. Southampton. Kind of what I alluded to before, but I think first of all, it's still a really strong squad despite losing Shea Charles. And secondly,
will they have Aaron Ramsdale or has he left?
I believe technically he's still on the books, but I'm not sure he'll start the season necessarily. I think he's probably looking for an exit, although I don't know.
Surely if they could start Aaron Ramsdale, they would. It depends if he wants to play.
I imagine he wants to play in the Prem, but whether that's capable, that's a possibility.
All the newly promoted clubs have already got goalkeepers.
Yeah, it's a question of who he would go to.
Yeah.
I don't think Cov are going to replace Rushworth. Ipswich. It's possible he could go to Ipswich if
Didn't
he
they sign
became
a guy?
available. Maybe Fulham?
They've got Leno.
Yeah, then it's replaceable.
I,
He
I,
was already replaced by Ramsdale, so it's definitely possible. But anyway, I suspect that despite allegations that Tom de Eckert was only a good manager because of the spying, I don't think that can quite be true.
Yeah.
I think it would be a United squad that feels like that sense of injustice over the previous season. United.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like Man United.
Well, yeah. Well, no.
I was a bit confused.
Yeah, I think they'll feel strongly about the sort of sense of injustice from how they were treated last year, and use that to storm their way through the playoffs.
I agree.
However, I do think a team that has become a sort of rival for them will get one over them.
Yeah, I feel like team's game to beat is, other than West Ham, is probably Southampton.
Yeah, there'll be a target, but with my second place, I'm predicting someone they're not big fans of.
Yeah. Second place, I've got Wolves and you've got Middlesbrough.
Yeah, all Kim Hellberg for me. Big fan. I think he's very solid. I think their numbers last year were very solid. And yeah, I'm thinking 90 plus points and Premier League football.
In my opinion, I think the thing that will have Wolves over the line is Raul Jimenez. I feel like he'll be a scoring machine or something. A bit like Mitrovic for Fulham that one year. He'll just score and score lots of goals.
I think I like Jimenez. And he's been very good for so many years, but relying on him at his age is not necessarily a good idea.
Is Mercedes Manley left yet?
I believe he's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, on paper it's a very solid squad. Trippier's a decent addition.
Yeah.
My fear was kind of the new manager. There was a bit of a disjointed sense with that.
I feel like they should have kept Rob Edwards.
Well, even if they didn't, they acted like they were going to, and then they didn't. It's a bit of a mess. But Edwards had kind of fallen out with the fans already.
Really?
Yeah, there were a lot of calls for his head at the end of the season. But then he wasn't sacked at the end of the season. They waited another month. But yeah, there were too much uncertainty, whereas I feel like Borough and Southampton are very settled teams and squads that are ready to go from the off, really target promotion again. So that's why I went more towards them as the promoted team.
Right. Our last one is the champions, which I believe we've got the exact same team, West Ham, for
Yeah.
absolute dominance.
I mean,
100 plus.
it's possible they don't go up.
I think it's possible, but I feel like
They would have to significantly underperform the level of player and manager they have. And, the budget at their disposal. They haven't made too many signings, but I'm kind of putting faith that they're waiting for the
promotion.
targets and knowing who they won't have.
I feel like what
positions
West Ham should do is that once they get back into the Prem, they should use that money then.
Yeah, they might be banking on not trying to spend that much and sort of saving it for next year if they back Nuno. But yeah, I think keeping Nuno is a good idea.
Keep definitely Bowen staying helps.
Bowen staying massively helps, but even without Bowen, I mean, there's so much talent still throughout the squad.
They've now got Castellanos. I mean, I was talking to a West Ham fan who said Castellanos is top 6 strikers in the world.
Top 6 strikers in the world.
Or top 10.
I think I can probably name some Sunday League strikers better than Castellanos, but I appreciate their opinion. But yeah, I think West Ham, they know it themselves. They'll be very disappointed if they don't go up. Yes. Ideally, top of the league.
Alright, thanks all for watching. We'll just do a bit of an overview now. So, Joseph's 3 relegated clubs were... You can say them if you want.
Can't remember them. Lincoln, Preston and Watford were my 3.
And you'll promote 3 promoted clubs?
West Ham, Middlesbrough and Southampton.
Nice. My ones were Charlton, Lincoln, Cardiff And my promoted clubs were Swansea, Wolves, and West Ham.
So I hope it's Swansea, Wolves, West Ham, the 3 Ws they're called.
Yes. Thanks all for watching, guys. A new episode soon, which will probably be the Premier League predictions. That'll be next week.
Oh, I'll have to work on them a bit then.
Yeah, we'll see you all soon, and thank you for watching. Bye.